Hello everybody, this is General Snivy. First of all, Happy New Year! Second of all, welcome back to more Let's Replay Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. Today, we're going to be starting the infamous Master Thief Sprint, and my god, this was an adventure. I mean, really. I struggled for dear life during my very first playthrough of this game, well, more or less when I went for the Master Thief Sprints for the first time. And this playthrough, well, I could say I did better, I did things in less attempts, but it was still hell. I mean, really. Excuse me. So, anyways, the Master Thief Sprints. There are Master Thief Sprints spread out throughout 4 episodes. 4 out of 5 episodes in the game have Master Thief Sprints. Episode 5 is the only episode that does not have Master Thief Sprints, so that's good to know. And the reason is mostly due to the fact that most of the levels are on rails anyway, so yeah. And it also involves a gimmick in some way, shape, or form. But anyways, episode 1, when it comes to the Master Thief Sprints, in my opinion, these are some of the hardest Master Thief Sprints in the game. And it's only the first dang level. The first area, the first episode, whatever, bleh. Man, this entire first episode was insane. And let me tell you something, I spent the most time on the very first episode, and as I went along and continued doing these Master Thief Sprints in future episodes, it oddly enough got easier. How? I don't know, maybe because I had those stages memorized more? That or I couldn't figure out shortcuts? But I have no idea. Anyways, here's how the Master Thief Sprint works. It works something like this. As I stated numerous times over, and I'll go ahead and explain it again, Master Thief Sprints are time trials. You run through the level as fast as you can to complete the level within the time limit. And the time limit varies from level to level. And the time limit which is determined, I think, is determined by the length of the stage. So, yeah. Be sure to bring your thinking caps and figure out all the best routes and get through the levels as fast as you can, because, trust me, you're going to need to go fast. And I mean like fast as Sonic the frickin' Hedgehog, even though you can't really go that fast. So yes, you have to bring your A game, and in some cases you have to break the game in order to complete these Master Thief Sprints. And I am not kidding when I say this, especially when it comes to the first episode. I almost said the first level. But yeah, there was an easy shortcut, and that's like towards the beginning. Instead of taking the ladder and the pole and whatnot, taking the ladder and then jumping down, you could just hop onto some small trees, hop onto a rope, and start climbing. One ability that you're going to make excellent use of throughout the majority of these Master Thief Sprints is your roll ability. By the way, in order to unlock the Master Thief Sprints, you have to get all the clues and open up all the vaults in all the levels that have vaults. Just thought I'd put that out there. And now, here we go with what I believe to be the hardest Master Thief Sprint in the game. And believe me when I say this took me 65 frickin' attempts. The most attempts I've ever had to do a Master Thief Sprint. I am not kidding. This level is so frickin' hard for the reasons of getting there within the time limit and what you have to do. You essentially have to sequence break certain obstacles and certain things. And I bet if you jumped onto that middle platform with the spinning lasers, you can get through this place even faster. But I think you need like some sort of tool assisted thing. You know what I'm talking about? And also here, you cannot perform your Master Thief move, if you know what I mean, like sliding alongside the pole. You can't do that, otherwise you're not going to make it in time. I learned that the hard way. So jump to the right side, away from the searchlight, and navigate your way around it just to jump back onto the platform. And with that, that Master Thief sprint is done. And like I said, hardest one in the game in my personal opinion. Okay, time for the next one. This one only took me 12 attempts, and yes, the number of attempts for each of these Master Thief sprints gets lower and lower. Sure, some are high, like for example, one future area took me 23 attempts, but again, not even close to the amount of attempts I've went through when it comes to the Master Thief sprints here in the first episode. So, anyways, the Master Thief sprints are going to be divided into 2 videos. Since there are 4 episodes that have Master Thief sprints, the first video, which is the one you're watching now, is going to cover episodes 1 and 2, which are Tide of Terror and Sunset Snake Eyes. The second video is going to cover the third episode, which the name I can't remember off the top of my head. And also Fire in the Sky, which is episode 4. And like I said before, don't need to worry about the 5th episode, Cold Heart of Fate, because there's none whatsoever. But yeah, just thought I'd bring it up, just for reasons unknown. So, anyways, on to the next one, A Cunning Disguise. There is a way to complete this in a very fast time, and with plenty of time to spare, and that involves getting a lucky charm during your sprint, and also making use of your invincibility frame and bypassing a certain obstacle. And those are those freaking dart things. When you step on the carpet, the trap gets triggered, and they start firing darts at you, and they'll hit you if you're not fast enough. What you're supposed to do is use the barrel to protect yourself, but I find that it takes way too much time, so to save some time and some frustration, it's a better idea just to go through the level, collect as many coins as you can, and prepare for another attempt at the Master Thief sprint and get a lucky charm. Speaking of lucky charms, if you happen to have a lucky charm when entering Master Thief sprint, even if you have a gold one, it takes your lucky charms away. So basically, you gotta do it all in one go and without taking a single hit. Of course, you can earn a lucky charm during your endeavor if you happen to collect 100 coins during your run, or any runs in between, because for the amount of coins, it can be carried with you from run to run. It really doesn't matter. So some instances, it's a good idea to sequence break as much as you can, just to save a lot of time and effort, and also a lot of frustration. And let me tell you something, these Master Thief sprints were really frustrating. Especially the first episode, but like I said, it somehow became easier as I went through future episodes. Weird, am I right? Kinda reminds me of Glover when it comes to the bonus stages. Like, for what I remember, the first bonus stage was the hardest bonus stage in the game, and the last one was the easiest. I know, shocking, right? It's like, the whole difficulty spike thing just went down the frickin' tube, even, in this game. So weird. So freaking weird. Now, next thing I'm going to talk about, or more or less I'm going to ask you, is how was your holiday season? Did you have a happy holiday? Let me know in the comment section below. And also, if you gotten gifts, what gifts did you get? Did you get any new games? Did you get a book? Did you get some new clothes? Anything, let me know. As for me, how was my holidays? I can't say yet, because once again, I'm recording this in advance. I'm recording this on December the 10th, 2014. And this video is being released January 2nd, 2014. 2015, oh my god. How did I get those two confused? I don't know. 2014 is still on the mind. But the good news is 2015 apparently is going to be the year of the games. Because that's apparently going to be the year when all the good games that everyone wants to play and get their hands on, that's the year when all those games come out. You know what I mean? Well, sure, we had some games here in 2014. Some really good games, such as the new Smash Brothers. Still haven't played that game yet, at this point in time. There's also Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD Remix. Still haven't played that either. I don't own it yet. And I want that dang game. I want that compilation, fool. You fool. Oh. Definitely looking forward to the holidays. Yep. Once again, when this video is being released, that has no relevance whatsoever. Also, here's another random question for you. If you happen to celebrate Christmas, did you use a real-life Christmas tree, or did you use an artificial one? For me, we used an artificial tree. Well, for me, I think artificial trees are cheaper than real trees. But I don't know for sure. It really all depends on the size of the tree that you get. Like, how tall is it? The artificial tree I have, I think it's like a 7-foot tree. And we've had this tree for years. And I think this one has pretty much kicked the bucket. The reason I say this is because the tree is, well, it's turning into the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. Except it's 7 feet tall and not, like, as tall as Charlie Brown. Really. What I mean, or no, that wasn't right. The reason I say that the tree has pretty much kicked the bucket is because it no longer sits in its base correctly. It's now tilting at somewhat of a 45-degree angle. And we found this out the hard way when we were setting up the tree this year. Oh boy, that was not fun. Not fun whatsoever, but it was fun finally seeing the tree fully decorated and making it look pretty, you know? Yeah. Still look nice, and it's not that bad looking. Besides, we have it tilting towards the window, and it's not really that noticeable. So yeah, that's that tree. It's had a great run. We've had it for many, many years. And my mom got it many years ago when it went on sale after the holidays. It was like a $300 Christmas tree. I think Mom only got it for about 120 something, 125. At least that's what I've been told. So yes, that tree has lasted us a long, long time. But yeah. It looks like it's time for us to retire that good old Christmas tree and get us a new one. When it comes to getting a new tree, we may end up getting another artificial tree. And like many people may or may not know this, but the best time to get a Christmas tree or get a brand new one is to wait until after the holidays have passed, meaning after Christmas Day. Because that's when all the Christmas trees go on sale, especially the artificial ones. Well, more or less the artificial Christmas trees go on sale. I'm not sure about real trees. And besides, who wants to buy a real Christmas tree after Christmas? They don't even last that long to begin with. And that's one of the cons of having a real-life Christmas tree. Another con I know is that you have to get rid of it after the holidays because all of the pines will go bad and will start falling down. Well, they kind of do that to begin with because, hello, you chopped down the tree, and thus you killed it, you bastard. Just saying, that's the way real trees work. There is one more thing that I've forgotten to mention during the Master Thief sprints. If you happen to trigger a laser alarm, then the timer goes down twice as fast. So if you happen to get caught by any of the laser gates or anything like that whatsoever, you're as good as screwed. Unless the alarm is right there in your face, and you can simply disable it altogether in less than 2 seconds. I mean, really, it's like the timer goes down, I think, roughly 3 seconds per second if the alarm is triggered, and the regular pace of when the timer goes down, I think it's like 1 or 2 seconds per second. I could be wrong about that. There's another thing I forgot to mention too throughout this Let's Play. If you played the future Sly Cooper games, you'll know that Carmelita is normally roughly the height of Sly Cooper, so she's about just as tall as he is. However, in this game, for whatever reason, she's a lot larger. Why? I don't know, I guess just to make her more intimidating looking? Be like, girl, I'm this big strong girl. Come and get some. I guess that's how it works? Maybe? I don't know. That's just something that bothered me, and I've noticed this, and it's made even more clear than ever when it comes to the HD re-release of this game. Don't really know for sure, but just figured I'd share. Just weird things are happening. Weird things. Well, anyways, like I said, episode 1 holds the hardest of all the Master Thief sprints in my opinion. Episode 2, not so much. Sure, they did give me a little bit of trouble throughout several levels, but really, they weren't too bad. Sure, I didn't clear them all in a single attempt, but usually it takes roughly less than 10 attempts. Except this one. This one took me 11. Why go 10 when you can do 11? Really, the hardest part of this level is getting through all the searchlights and the... Well, no, not the searchlights, more or less the guards. Getting past the guards and avoiding all the alarms and such. And knowing when to strike the guards just to pass them through and when not to. That's also another thing you gotta figure out during your run. All it is trial and error. Just keep trying and eventually you'll figure something out. Now when it comes to these floor sensor surfaces, on the first floor of this level, the surface is quite uneven, so that's why I didn't use the roll ability there. However, on the lower floor, I was able to use the roll ability without much of an issue. Of course, I still got caught by the laser gate, but whatever, I didn't care. Because the alarm was right there in my face, and figured, I think I'll be okay so long as I don't trigger any more alarms. Okay, what can I talk about now for the next minute or so? I've already gone over all the difficulty-wise when it comes to these Master Thief sprints. As I said, they're not too hard. Oh, there is one more thing I will mention too. Doing the Master Thief sprints is entirely optional. Even in the HD re-release, you don't really get much of a reward of completing the Master Thief sprints, except for a behind-the-scenes movie and also commercials for the game and commercial bloopers. And I feel like that's a good enough reward, but even so, it's still not the best reward out there. Just saying, that's what you get. And I'm about out of time, so I'll go ahead and sign out now. This is Gerald Snivy with Let's Replay Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like. Next time, episodes 3 and 4 of the Master Thief Sprint. See you all then.